This math lesson we play with numbers.
Hey, today I'm going to take you through the theory aspect of last year Wassce General Mathematics paper. Right, so I am Felix Texin, your humble math teacher. If you are ready to revise with me, then let's start. Let's get started with the session A, question number 1. In a talent hunt competition of 35 artists, they indicated their interest in playing xylophone, flute and violin. Out of the number, 24 preferred xylophone, 16 flute and 18 violin. 8 preferred xylophone only, 2 flute only and 6 violin only. 4 played all the 3 instruments, while 7 preferred xylophone and flute only. A. Illustrate the information in a Venn diagram. B. Find the number of artists who prefer Roman number 1, only 2 types of instruments. Roman number 2, only 1 type of instrument. So this question is a direct question. It has been solved for you, so you don't need to stress yourself. So let's look at what we need to solve. Now, before you're able to solve any question, you need to know where the question is coming from, and this is what set application. I think we are right. Let's go. So we say let equals what? Artists. Then number of artists given. Then another set, which is X. We use X to denote for xylophone. So you need to get this. Question says 24 preferred was xylophone. Flute only, so we use F to denote for flute. Number of violin, number of artists who play violin, 18. So I'm now going to draw my Venn diagram, that is A. So you can also get your pencil, your ruler. Please get your pen and ruler and draw your Venn diagram for me, right? So this is my Venn diagram drawn nicely here. I know you have also drawn yours very nicely, right? So now let's label the parts. So you know the angle is the universal shape. Which you say what? Number of you will give us 35. Then X for xylophone. Number of artists who play xylophone. Then flute. Number of artists who play violin. So 8 prefer only xylophone. So only xylophone. This is the region for only xylophone. So 8 for only xylophone. Then 2 for flute only. For flute only from the question. 2. And 6 for violin only. So you can see the question on the screen, right? So when you read the question, you see there. Now, 4 play all the 3 instruments. That is intersection. Whilst 7 preferred xylophone and flute only. So 7 here. Now, we don't know our xylophone and violin. No, so we use what? N. Then flute and violin, that one too I don't know, so I'll use what? N. So now done with what? Our Venn diagram, and we have labeled it nicely, right? So we don't have any problem here. Now let's go to question 1B, Roman number 1. They say find the number of artists who prefer only 2 types of instruments, right? So before you get the only 2 types of the instrument here, then we need to work for what? M and N, right? So let's work for M and N. Equals to xylophone. Four plus 7, 11 plus 8 will give us 19. Let's group terms here. Minus 19. So for only xylophone and flute, for only, so here for only xylophone and flute is what? 5. So here is equals to what? 5. Now let's get our N. Equals to flute, which is 16. So we are going to have 4 plus 7, 11 plus 2, 13. Minus 13 is 3. Wow. So our N here too is what? 3. So we can now find the number of artists who prefer only 2 types of what? Instrument, and only 1 type of what? Instrument. B, Roman number 1. So for only 2 types of instruments, then it's going to give us, we are going to get it from, that is 7, 5 and 3, right? That's what we're able to find for M and N. So we are going to have 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 3, 15. So we have 15 artists. So 15 artists prefer only 2 types of what? Instruments. Now let's go to Roman number 2. Only 1 type of instrument. So for only 1 type of instrument, we are going to have 8 plus 2 plus 6. 8 plus 6, so 8 plus 2 will give us 10 plus 6, 16. So we have 16 artists that prefer only 1 type of what? Instrument, right? So this is question 1 of the paper 2 section A, right? Let's look at question number 2. I said that if you have any question to ask me, please send it to my comment section, okay? And I'll give you the reply there, or you can call me on the phone number there, right? So let's go to question number 2. Sure. Peggy walked 2 kilometers from a village V to visit a friend in another village W on a bearing of 065 degrees. After spending some time with her friend, she continued to a nearby town X 3 kilometers away on a bearing of 155 degrees. If the distance between V and S is 613 kilometers, A. Illustrate the information in a diagram. B. Calculate correct to the nearest whole number the Roman number 1 value of T, Roman number 2 the bearing of X from V. Right, so this is another simple question. So as I said, before you're able to solve any question given to you, you need to know where the question is being taken from, and this is what? A bearing question. Right, so let's get to our board and start. So A, we need to get a diagram, and they are saying that the bearing of X from V. So I need to get this one down, X from V. So I'm now going to draw my diagram here nicely. So they say A, illustrate the information in a diagram. So you need to get the movement, right? Please just get your pen and also start drawing your diagram for me. So let's look at my diagram. All right, so let's look at my diagram. now this is my diagram drawn nicely here. So you can see that town V. So this is my town V. Town V. The bearing of 65 degrees. So this is my 65 degrees. A distance of 2 kilometers. Very good. Now from town W. So this is my town W. (155 degrees). And you know this is a complete 90. How many will I add to 90 and get what? 155. And when I add 65 to it, I'll get what? 155. So from here to here is 155. So this is a bearing from here to X. So this is town X. Very good. So this was the last town that she dropped. Now we want the bearing. They are saying that the bearing of X from what? V. So from here to here. We want the bearing from this side up to this side. That's why we have theta here. So now I'm done with A. They say illustrate the information in the diagram. So I've done the diagram nicely. What again do you want? No, let's continue. So the B aspect. So let's go to B. The B is saying that we should find the value of T. Before I get my T, I need to do something nice here. Vx. Vx. Vw. Vw. Right. So 90. Theta. Facing this way, then this one to facing this way. So this is telling you that where the theta face, or where you are looking at, this is the eye. The eye, I use the eye to say that is the theta. So where I'm facing, or where the theta is looking at, or where the theta is facing, give you what? The opposite, right? So this is my opposite. Alright, so that is 3t kilometers. Then my adjacent here is 2t. Then we have the longer side, which is 6√13 kilometers. Right. So we are now going to use so now we have gotten what? Right angle triangle here nicely. So I'm going to use so now I'm going to use, so we have drawn our right angle. So this is what? Right angle triangle, right? So I'm going to use Pythagoras theory to find for the value of t. So here I'm going to say the distance of x, Vx, the distance of Vx squared equals to the distance of Vw plus the distance of Wx square is equal to, what's the distance of Vx? What's the distance of Vw? And what is the distance of Wx? So now we are done with this. So now let's open the bracket very fast, right? So let's go. Move to this direction. So 6√13 squared will give us that is 468 kilometers. Please, you can check it on your calculator. Right, equal to 2t squared plus bracket open 3t bracket close squared plus 9 will give us 13. So we're now going to divide both sides by 13. And which t square 468 divided by 30 will give us 36, right? You can use that, you can try that on your calculator, right? Okay, 36. So the square root of 36 will give us 6. So the value of t is what? 6. So with our b, Roman number 1, the value of t here is what? 6. So now let's go to Roman number 2. Our Roman number 2 says that what? The bearing of x from v. So before you get your bearing of x from v here, we need to get our theta. So how do we get our theta? By applying Sautertois movement, right? So let's go. So I'm going to use toi. Tan theta equal to opposite out of adjacent, right? What is our opposite here? Our opposite here is 3t. And our adjacent is 2t. What is the value of t? The value of t here is what? 6. So wherever you see t, you input or you plug in 6. Times 6. 2 times 3 times 6 will give us 18. 2 times 6 will give us 12. Divided by 18 divided by 12 is 1.5. Yeah. So it's 1.5. So now let's find the tan inverse of this. So theta now is equal to the tan inverse of 1.5. So our theta now is equal to, So the tan inverse of 1.5 will give us, very good, 56.39 degrees. So you can now say that the bearing of x from V is equal to, from here to here is 65 degrees plus our theta, which is is equal to 121.39 degrees. It's leaving your answer to the nearest whole number. So the nearest whole number here is equal to our final answer here is 121 degrees. So the bearing of x from V is what? 121 degrees. So this, yes, so this brings us to the end of our lesson of last year Wassce core maths paper section A1 and 2 question, right? So please don't forget to like, to share and comment. Please share for your friends also to learn something. So I said this is a revision question, right? So we are revising. Thank you very much for doing that. Now before I leave the screen, I want to recommend you to these books, Thinking Mathematics and Real Number System. We have another one which is Theoretics on Quadratics. Please, if you want your school to qualify for the National Science and Maths quiz, please get this book. And also, if you want to perform well in core maths and elective maths, please get these books. They are good for you, right? So, you can contact Delalinam Amigago, the writer of these books, on 0249-885785 for your copy now. Next month's lesson, we play with numbers. Yeah! See you again in my next lesson. Bye bye.